Hello. Hello, everyone. Happy Monday or Tuesday. Woohoo. We are welcome to another session of Beyond the Noodle. We are so beyond the noodle, guys. I am absolutely exhausted, but here I am because, yep, my guides came forward with a very cool image that I had to draw because it came in at, you can tell by my voice, I'm tired. Came in at like somewhere around 2 a.m. But it's cool because it's an image that can help the noodle kind of understand this conscious evolution. What are we going through? And that can help give some of you guys some relief. I know that our biggest, baddest fears right now are the loudest in our field, and they're loud because they're weakened and they're coming forward to be alchemized. I know. Told you we'd be on the noodle. Don't worry, I got photos coming. We're also going to ground together today because this Schumann, the last 5 days has been absolutely wild. Never seen anything like it. Day after day after day of persistent light. This is all here. This is all here to heal. This is all here for all of us. And one of you got this piece, and I was so happy to see that. Not more than one of you have gotten it, but I saw someone say, wow, this is my light. Yes, this is our light that we're drawing in. You draw it in as an individual, the group gets it, the whole planet is getting it. And so when you realize it's your light and you direct it, that's going to be what I'm going to talk about today so that we can kind of get a better understanding around that. So let's see, who do we have here? Hello, Robin. Hi, Daniela, Claude. Hey, Claude. Mwah. I miss you. Ursula, Soul Sister, what's up? Hi, Kat. Awesome. And Marcelina in the Netherlands. Oh my gosh, so good to see you guys. All right, let me explain what is going on. I have notes here because my my thinker is fried. Absolutely fried. I wrote everything down today. Here we go. And we're going to ground together because I'm ready for some grounding too. So, let's talk about the Schumann first. Let me move the Madeline, move the melon. So we finally, you can see, so this was yesterday. You can see we were still getting that light, still purging. The green stuff is all integration. And then this again here integrating. And then you can see now, even though this feels calm to many, so for some of you, when that light was coming in, that's when you were feeling the exhaustion. For some of you, you were feeling anxiousness. All is normal, right? It's all perfect for you for where you're at. And for me, this is this is where the exhaustion just hit because I'm integrating all of that now. Also, I did a quantum healing on Saturday too. That really was we moved a ton of energy, and we are already integrating 2025 energies, guys. So that's causing like we're pushing forward so rapidly, we're having a ton of ascension symptoms physically and emotionally. So do your best not to judge it and think that you're falling apart or that your life's falling apart. Remember, all 3D identities go bye-bye. They're going bye-bye with love. And those some of those energies are sad and grieving because they thought they were in charge this whole time. And it's like, no, thank you. But you're not in charge. I'm in charge because I am source creator focused into a body, right? So it's all good and well. And even though, however horrible or nervous you may feel right now, just know that it's just you moving through. We must feel it to heal it. And again, I think you'll understand more when I show you the graphic that I was drawing in the middle of the night. Okay, so this you could see, and this was just taken within the last 2 hours. Let me show you today. I'm going to show you the chakra chart because some interesting things being revealed. And remember, our chakras, we're getting new chakras in the body that are going to be active by January, is what my guides say. And one of them is new chakras that are going to help us release grief energy from the bodies. Very cool. Very cool. Anything that helps us process grief. And grief's a real thing, right? We're supposed to allow ourselves to feel it. We're not supposed to stuff it down. So, cool stuff. And there's going to be so much more. All of the chakras, everything's getting upgraded. right? It's all upgrades. So let me move the melon here for you guys so you can see that was still, we were on the roller coaster ride still on the weekend. And then you can see here as it settles down, right? You see, again, the upper chakras, we're getting it. You can see those little on the other chart. You saw little areas where there's some still white getting, and this is again our upper chakras. This is our intuition center. Our third eye is there, our crown, also the throat. There are many, many upgrades, lots of upgrades going on in the head space. And then there's this guy. I call this rotor. This is the roto-rooter. The root chakra is where we hold old identities. So that is like that the need to control. What are you still trying to control? Oh no, I can't let go of this. Oh no. That's what's getting that purge. And so if there's something you're holding on to, an old habit, an old person, a job, whatever it is, a situation, that is going to be really loud in your field right now, but it's coming up to be healed. It's coming up to be healed. So if we can get into a peaceful state around whatever that thing is, you allow the energy to integrate quicker. Now, if you don't, it's totally fine too, but don't judge your human, don't judge your body. Just the more peaceful you can stay with whatever it is, and it doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter what the subject is. Because if it's a dense energy, it's coming forward and it's loud because it's weak and it's ready to go back to the light. Okay, again, be on the noodle. Be on the noodle. Okay, so I'm going to put up the first creation. Let me see. I see Leanna's here. Jeff. Hey, Jeff. Somebody from Amish country, Ohio. Awesome. Welcome. Vancouver Island's in the house. And Tammy. Hi, Tammy. Hello, you guys. All right. Let's see. This is like a combination of me drawing on a tablet and Canva. So this is a joint collaboration with Patty and Canva. Here we go. Let's look at this first one. This is how they gave it to me. Okay, so here, and I talk about this. So here, if you look at this image, there is the 3D timeline, and they showed this to me in an image vertically on purpose so that you guys would be able to see this. Let me hang on. There we go. So if you look from the top to the bottom, right? Do you see my stick figures? The top person represents your today person, who you are today, whatever age and space and time you're in. And then as you go down, you see they get smaller, and the little one's going to be the baby you. So it's just childhood, being a toddler, teen. They had me represent specific time stamps, okay? Specific time stamps in this current incarnation. If you notice all the way at the bottom under where it says 3D timeline, there's a row of little baby ones, and they get smaller and smaller, and there's an arrow that says all incarnations. So every incarnation your soul has ever taken, every single wound, every dense energy is all rising up, coming to the light to be healed. When I told you it was beyond the noodle, it was an understatement, right? So that means every baby version, and some energies did come through DNA, right? Every toddler version, all versions, all incarnations. So remember, you're one unique soul had all of those incarnations. You could have been male, you could have been female. You were perpetrator, you were perpetrated. You've done it all. We all have. All of this was created in unconsciousness because we were creating out of fear. We were only using that the fight or flight system, which is just a thought system. Okay. And because we have free will means that we have free will over our thoughts. That doesn't mean I don't like my neighbor. Why doesn't he get the message and move? That's again fear, because you're not seeing them as a divine being, just like you are, right? So all judgment is third dimension. What free will is, do I have the ability right now to say, I am source, I am sovereign, I am free? Absolutely. Or could I also say, oh gosh, my body's not feeling great today. Oh, and I can go down that rabbit hole and then I can start to, oh, let me try to troubleshoot this. Where? Let me try to make some noodle soup about my body. And then where am I? Am I on my 5D timeline or my 3D timeline? Now I'm in the 3D, right? So what we focus on is what causes the particles of creation to collapse in, and then that is what's reflected back in our reality. Now, this will make more sense on the next one. I am going to land this plane. Okay, I promise. Okay. So we all can see and we all agree that all of these wounds that you see, there's wounds that through that and throughout all incarnations were created in the third dimension, which was created out of fear. Now, there were some things created out of love too, but we're focusing on the stuff that's coming up for healing because anything that was created of love and remained in a loving vibration automatically is in the fifth dimension. Okay. So across the top of this graphic, you can see where it says consciousness evolution. Now, I'm talking about the 5D. Understand that our consciousness itself, which is what we are, is unlimited. Your soul, you have one soul having this unique journey that is infinite. Your soul's journey is infinite. So right now we've jumped already. We've already jumped from the 3D to the 5D. Some of us are still witnessing some three-dimensional realities. Some are in the fourth dimension, which is where you integrate both because there, if we did a true jump, you can see how much of a fun December some of you are having. You can imagine that just leaping straight forward like that. There's not enough, there's got to be a buffer in there for the body to acclimate, right? The body and the emotions to acclimate. It's a lot to take in. So we are already in 5D energies. We're multidimensional. The other dimensions are healing. And then so that entire left side there, that entire three-dimensional timeline is raising those energies up to the light to be transmuted back to love. Every single version of you that existed throughout your first incarnation as a soul, any wound, any feeling, any dense energy is all being completed. It's being completed. It never to be recreated again. That's why you raised your hand to come forward and said, oh, my soul gets to go be part of the Great Awakening and I'm going to change how we evolve. Yes. But to do that, we got to feel it all. All right. So right now, what's going on is whatever those deepest wounds were, and some of them, yes, you guys carried through, not intentionally. It came through in your DNA, but it came through and you came forward in this lifetime to say, I'm going to heal it. I'm going to heal it and step fully into love and create from love, which was the original blueprint intended from the creation of man incarnating. Okay. Which is really right. We are source focused into this human. This is a vessel. This is a vessel. And it's an amazing vessel because it's how we get to experience all this love. All right. And I know you guys know what I'm talking about, especially those of you who come to focus group, because you feel that pure love. Okay. So now the fifth, you can see the 5D timeline. Notice there are no wounds there. Now, as we're acclimating, do we go back and forth? Yes, because it's a pendulum, right? So you're going to be spending more and more time in the 5D timeline as those wounds heal and go back to light. The pendulum swings more until you firmly stabilize in this 5D timeline. Okay, I know, I'm getting there. Here, so the next screen should help. Let me find it. How's everybody doing? You hanging in there? I know. If your noodle's confused, don't worry about it. This is all energetic anyway. Your soul will get it and it will trickle in. All of a sudden you're going to go, wait, I think I kind of understood something that she said. Sounded a little wacky at the time. All right, here we go. So here is two more. And we are going to, I think I mentioned it, but we are definitely going to ground together, guys. Okay. So this is these are the things that they brought forward because sometimes it's easier. We like comparisons, right? The noodle loves a comparison because it needs, right? It needs proof, right? So in the 3D timeline, all unconscious creations, that means, yes, abuse, crime, misplaced power, greed, people trying to control other people, like blah, blah, blah. You name, I don't need it. It's everything that's in the rabbit hole. Everything that's in the rabbit hole was an unconscious creation. And that's why when we forgive from the soul level, because it's just another divine soul whose light's not, they're not in touch with their light. It's always on, it never left. But they were completely unconscious. There are many still unconscious, which is why it is a colossal waste of our energy to judge them and get frustrated with them because they must awaken in their own time. And I say this with love, mind your own light. Am I giving my power away right now, or am I creating my 5D reality? So no other person's journey is more valuable than my heaven on earth. Why? Because what I want for everybody is to be in that heaven on earth. And the only way I can help them get there is to give it to myself. You must give it to yourself. That's why receiving is so important. The all egoic mind false identities. What does this mean? This means it can be religious beliefs where you were told you were separate from God and or source creator, whatever word resonates with you. It doesn't matter, pick a word that resonates with you, right? It can be thinking that your identity is your career too. That's another one. You can think that your identity was something that you did that maybe you fixed, and anything, anything that's not the truth of who you are, which is pure love and light, is all categorized under the egoic mind. And the egoic mind thought it was in charge for all these incarnations, and now it knows it's not, which is why many of you feel grieving energy, because those parts are healing, but they're also grieving because they're understanding like, oh, I got to surrender now. I'm not really in charge, right? I'm not really in charge. Also, in the third dimension, the reason we don't troubleshoot or figure things out, including yourself, don't try to figure out your true self. It's impossible. You're limited in the noodle by the lowest point of view. The noodle only can draw from your historical intelligence within this creation. So you're limited to anything you were exposed to, influenced by. And so when something doesn't feel right, if you got something that you thought was a fact and it doesn't feel good, that tells you, oh, wait a minute. Why am I accepting this as true? And question the belief. That's how you heal. And I saw a couple of you, I've seen some messages in here about some people that have had experiences with people in the spiritual world. Same thing. By the way, there are many, many healers who are practicing as healers too, but they themselves are still healing also. And so sometimes they are unintentionally giving false information. Just always go into your heart and say, is this true? There's a lot of chatter about the Galactic Federation. The Galactic Federation is one of many, many councils, excuse me, councils of light that exist that are helping us. My soul belongs to a council of light. And when I get information from that, I absolutely know it's true. I don't know how the heck I do, but I totally know. And it's embodied in me. And it's not even a question of like, do I need to believe that? So if something is absolutely your truth, all I'll tell you is you just know in your heart, there's no question whatsoever. It's not even possible. Instead, it's like a relief. It's like, oh, wow, that's a level of perception that I wasn't aware of. And then it feels good and it feels empowering. So if it doesn't feel good and empowering, then just know that's just a soul still on their journey. They might be making up a little bit of some of their spiritual knowledge, but it doesn't matter because you have the ability to discern. You have intuition, you know the truth. Is this my truth? And if it's not, it's okay, let it go. But don't give your energy to them now. And just, hey, listen, I've had experiences with it too. Believe me, where I was like, how come I didn't see that? And then my guide showed me, oh, okay, it was purposeful. It was purposeful for me at the time. It was something for me to experience at the time. Okay. Um, so let's keep going here and then I am going to, if anybody has any questions, I will get to it. shortly. Okay, so again, and then the 3D, this is one of the biggest ones. And I know some of yours are feeling this too right now, right? It's that, oh, wait, I don't feel like doing anything. How come I can't even, like, I just want to rest and rest and rest. And then you feel guilty. Why? Because that was the 3D behavior, because we were told, plan your whole life out, plan the entire thing out. Oh my gosh, what do? We tell like kids in high school, don't fail that silly test because you're going to be infinitely screwed. You're not going to go to a good college. You're not going to get it right, blah, blah, blah. And instead of saying, you're a powerful creator, you're a powerful creator, follow your heart. What? Right? Boy, was that message squashed in a big way. Well, now it's the only one that can thrive. That is the only message that can thrive. So in the third dimension, we had to plan and then take efforted action, right? You were shamed if you didn't. Okay, well, you're not working hard enough. You're not trying hard enough. Keep getting solutions. You need to line all this up and take control. And then once you achieve that, what happens? Now you're like, uh-oh, now I got to defend against losing this. That is the gerbil wheel of the egoic mind. You plan and then you struggle and effort, then you may or may not get what you wanted. But once you get it, now you're defending against losing it. Oh no, I've got to save this. I've got it right. And it's never enough. I can always do better. And that is the gerbil wheel. We're done with that. It's gone. It's all being healed. And so if this is still existing in your reality, this like perfectionism, that's a really sticky energy right now. You're used to controlling, and then when you're asked to go into your heart and just feel peace for 5 minutes, that can be like, are you like, lady, you got shit boo boo or what? No, but because you've got to be the change you want to create in your new reality. The new reality energies are already here. 5D timeline is conscious creation. Conscious creation means only created out of the energy of love, which is the only energy that exists throughout your soul's unlimited existence. All is created from love. All is created from love. We had a false matrix that was created out of fear. It's already been dissolved. Okay. And now we're in the process of healing it. In the fifth dimension, this is what one of you, at least one of you, was getting. Oh, wait, when we had all that light that was coming in from the Schumann, that is light. That's our light that we are summoning. That light is healing us. That light is awakening others. That light is doing so much for us. And that light is here for us to be able to consciously create from. We direct our light, but we can only direct it from love. We can only direct it from love. There's no abuse of power going on. It can't, because it must be in the best and highest good of all, of all. And then there's infinite intelligence. We're not in the noodle, in the history files, because from a calm state, we are able to receive full infinite guidance. That is going to increase beyond what's imagined, but beyond what the noodle can even imagine. Our intuition's becoming stronger. You're going to absolutely know when you're guided because it feels good. You're going to go, oh, wow. And you don't have to understand it. It's that inspiration. I'm inspired right at this moment to go to a specific location. Go. Because that means that's where the particles of creation are going to be aligned with you. If you don't go in that moment, you now miss that now moment. So now you got to go back to center, get into your heart and say, now what do I feel? So you can't go 3 days later. Oh, I was really inspired 3 days ago to go to that location, but I didn't go. You're now in the new now moment. And so you reset yourself, come into your heart. What do I want to do now? And then when you start to trust that, you see that you really are capable of going from one now moment to the next now moment, and you're fully guided. You're fully guided. Okay. All of our needs are met. We don't need to create health. We don't need good health. We don't need to create abundance. We don't need to create joy. We don't need to create love. We don't need to create happiness. Those are natural states of being. They're energetic alignments. They're energetic alignments that are met. So our focus is on what's coming from the heart. Okay. No prior identities are carried forward. Yes, you're going to have a memory. You have a memory. The difference is you have a memory without the negative emotion attached. And so you can just see it as an observer, as a previous existence while you're creating this one coming forward. So anything that was not your true self, doesn't come forward. So all these, if you say I'm not worthy, all that's a liar. You're totally worthy. You're divine, right? I'm not perfect. That's a liar too. Of course you're perfect. How the heck did you focus yourself into a human body if you weren't, right? You already have all the answers. All of your wellness is assured. All of your abundance is assured. All you need to do is choose to align with that timeline. That was that first image I showed, right? So here's how we work in the fifth dimension. We feel. You go into the heart, which is why we're like, let's slow down. If any of you missed last week's focus group, there is a brilliant meditation that came in around stillness. When you go into stillness, you're at the point of accelerating any creation that you want. And you can see that the only thing that your human needs to do is just stay in that calm space. Then, when you get an inspiration in the now moment, you move in the direction of your light. And once you move towards what feels good, then you get the knowledge. So I always say, take messy action. You can't mess it up if you're following your heart. And then after that action is taken, then you know. Prime example, I was told, start a YouTube community. Global was the word they used. And this is, imagine coming from zero and going, you must start a global YouTube community. What? I'm like, what do I do? Is there like a world news where I go, hey, I've opened a global YouTube community? No, they just said, get on there and start talking. It's already in you. It's already in you. And you need to let that energy out so that people looking for this specific light frequency will find you. You guys know we're 2,700 strong today, by the way, with zero marketing and zero promotion. You guys followed the light and said, this feels like I'm resonating with it, right? This is how it works. Again, in the fifth dimension, it's mind, body, heart, and soul in harmony, not fighting each other. We're not mad at our mind. We're not mad at our body. We don't think our heart is broken, and we don't think our soul is a disconnect, right? Your soul absolutely knows everything that's in your heart. Okay, there's one more, and then I'm going to jump in and take some questions, and we'll do a nice grounding. The next one is they talk to me about linear. Now, mind you, this all came into me in the middle of the night, so bear with me. This one's going to make the noodle go, what? But it's time to bring it forward. I bring it forward. I don't question it. Okay. So here you see these side-by-side photos. So they keep stressing, and I've already been shown this and I experienced this. So our perception of time in the third dimension is that it's linear. And again, so they really want us to start practicing this being in the now moment. Remember, even something that happened in your past happened in that now moment. And when we do meditations, especially many of my meditations, we're going to the central sun. Why do we do that? Because we're expanding from within. We're expanding from within, expanding our light. And this is showing that expansion. So with the image on the right here, where you see the wide circle at the top, when we expand our light, we expand time and space. And we even have the ability to collapse or extend or bend time. Now, the noodle cannot get this one. The noodle can't get this one. Again, this is energetic. This is received by your soul. And at some point you're going to go, okay, wait a minute. Now I feel that. And some of you may have already been experiencing this because we are in higher timelines and we're in higher levels of consciousness. And the way this would work is, say, for example, you had something, and my guides hate this word too, deadline, because like, oh, do it or die, right? What a bunch of crap that is. So say, for example, though, there is one of those, right? And it might be the 15th of next month, and you go, okay, I don't know if I'm going to get this done by then. Gee, I wish I had more time. By focusing yourself into an expanded state of being, the particles of creation fall into place to allow out of nowhere, you get an extension or it gets done quicker or, right? Because there's infinite possibilities. Versus if you stick to that 3D perception and that expectation, you're holding yourself to the lower density belief and you're holding yourself to the lower density, lowest point of view outcome. I know this is all crazy, but this is how it works. So on the left side here, what I wanted to show you is that this is energetically why it's so important for us to come to stillness, go into the heart. From there, we expand our light inward. We expand the light in our heart. And then by doing that, we're mimicking this image on the right, which is we're now expanding our light. That when I say calling in your light and directing the particles of infinite creation, this is where we do it. And we do it from the field of one. We do it from the field of one. So, all right. That's all the drawings I have for you guys today. But so they wanted me to bring that forward today because there are many, many of you still releasing some really, and it's usually the awful identities, that you were holding on to, and there can be like some guilt and shame, and they wanted to just reassure everybody that your 5D reality exists now, and all we need to do is manage our energy and step into it. Let's see. All right. Now, so if anybody tell me in the comments, how you're doing. Okay, let me see, Robin. Why are they helping us when we are already source energy? Because so I think when you say they, I'm guessing you mean our guides and angels, because if our guides and angels are helping us because they're cheering us on, we are healing every dense energy for all of previous creation. So any souls that choose to incarnate again are going to roll in and bask in love and light. And so when we change our current vibration, we change the creative from the beginning. So that's why it's not an improved version of you coming forward. It's a new creation created solely out of love. And your soul's journey is eternal. So they are highly invested in this because they all agreed to support us, knowing that we were going to come in here and take some shots. And we're taking them. So let me know if that answered. So they're source too. Remember, they're source too. These are other unique expressions of light. Everybody's a unique expression of light. So are our guides, so are our angels, and they are cheering us on. Your ancestors are cheering you on. They're very present right now. They're saying anybody who had someone transition in the last year, their soul chose to transition and go to the other side to help us in our ascension. And the mystery, they're saying, this will help. The mystery between where are they and where are we is going to become clearer and clearer. There's going to be a less of what feels like a separation between us and our guides and our angels as we continue. Remember, the higher our consciousness, the more we can perceive. From a lower level of consciousness, we can't, we thought angels was something in a fairy tale book, right? We now know better. 1,000%. And some of the angels are also ascended that did have a human experience. Okay. Oh, you're asking about the Galactic? Yeah, so the Galactic Federation is one of many councils of light beings. These councils are all communicating with specific beings, souls who are part of that and knew that that's where their intelligence was going to come from to assist in the ascension. Okay. So, oh gosh, they're helping beyond, like beyond, you don't know. But when our who man gets in the way and starts going down the struggle bus and down the rabbit hole, they're just sitting there cheering. They never judge. So this is important. This may help. So our guides, angels, higher self does not feel negative emotion. They only know love. They can only feel love. So when we're here going, oh no, I'm struggling. And why aren't my guides helping me? They're like, oh, they're choosing struggling. They're focusing on struggling and they have free will to think that, so I can't intervene. Versus when you go, oh my gosh, I am creator within my own creation and I love myself and this is so cool. And right now I don't know what step to take next. So I'm going to hand this over to you guys. And you see the difference in the energy because they don't respond to us being in a dense energy. They only know love and they go, oh, the human's making a free will. That's their thought. So this free will of thought, that's why it is critical to be the observer of your thought and catch yourself. Are you analyzing? Are you going down the rabbit hole? And then go, oh, wait, who needs to be healed here? Who needs to be healed here? Because we create from, right? We create only everything is love. Everything is love. Your computer is created from love. Everything that you see in your existence is created from somebody guiding whoever, right, brought that energy in, guiding the particles of creation to collapse into that. Let's see. Okay, I see the name doesn't, I can see there's a lot of interest in this. So the name doesn't matter. The Galactic Federation they're light beings. They're light beings and it's one of many, many councils that are in the galactic realm, which is a spiritual realm, helping to guide. And here's the thing, if you're doubting it, I would say let it go. Because like I said, when you get information, if your soul does participate in one, you're going to know it's true. That's all I can tell you. You're not going to go, why are they telling me this? You're going to go, oh, wow, that feels good. I'm going to do that. And then if it doesn't feel good, then okay, that doesn't resonate with me. So we only truly, truly have to go with what we feel. And then whatever doesn't resonate with you, just know it's not in your best and highest good. Okay, let's see. Taryn, okay. Do we release in our dreams? Oh my God, yes. Okay, love this question. And right now, Taryn, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you brought this forward. We are releasing and healing soul experiences too, including before you incarnated. So it's a really deep, deep cleanse happening. And so if you have some people are having crazy, violent, horrific dreams, those are all dense energies that we don't need to interpret. You don't need to do anything with it. And the reason that they choose the sleep cycle is because the noodles shut down. And that's when they can really, really get stuff done. The other thing is, remember that our sensitivities are being heightened because we have the ability now to feel more love. How many of you are easier, drawn to tears easier, but in a beautiful way? So as we release dense energies, our ability to love things and feel joy and all the yummy stuff increased. So sometimes those things can trigger that old emotion of, oh my gosh, is this something bad happening? It is not. So if you feel low, it's just that if you wake up feeling in a low energy, it's because your human is still processing that emotion, right? And then just pick a meditation that feels yummy. I love the stillness one. I am the light is probably the best one if you wake up and do that, I am the light, That's reminding you who you really are, and it puts you in the energy. And remember, the human catches up last, but you can direct your energy. I would recommend I Am the Light absolutely when you wake up. But don't get in the rabbit hole about, okay, did that mean like, is there something that I have to do? There's nothing that you need to do. For some who are in higher levels of consciousness, you do get information in the dream state. And all I can tell you is that you know it. They did some work on my heart a couple of nights ago. It was wild because I was watching and they were, turning on some energies and things. And I was absolutely in a dream state, completely out. But I remembered it the next morning. And all I heard, so I was like saying to my guys, and they said, "Oh, it's all complete. It was an upgrade." So things like that. But it's you, all I can tell you is that you absolutely know. It doesn't have any fear or doubt. You just go, okay, that happened. And we're going to be, hang on to your hats because 2025, these things that we are perceiving as so far away are going to be very present and very believable and very perceivable. So I don't jump ahead on purpose because it's so important for us to stay focused in where we are right now and how are we managing this current energy. Um, let's see. I'm going to jump into the meditation shortly. Let me see. My current loop, feeling guilt for disconnecting and blocking family. Okay. Oh, I love this one. So this is going to help many people. So someone says their current loop has been feeling guilt for disconnecting and blocking family energy. How do we lead with love? Okay. You do not need to protect yourself from somebody else's energy. You just choose not to give it away. So here's where perfect time for forgiveness. And all you need to do is remember, they are unconscious. That's all that's going on. You are now finding your own consciousness. Many family members, right? Not all of them, but there can be particular family members that your souls had an agreement. Their job was to trigger you into your own spiritual awakening. So if you're the one in the family that awakened, you only need to shine your light. And it's okay if you can't be in their physical presence. All you're doing is saying, that's okay, because I understand they're on their journey. They're on their journey. And all I need to do is hold the light for them and just say, like, nothing, why am I denying myself love in this moment? And guilt's an old thing because we were fed so much BS family rules that kept us in separation. And go into your heart and know if you go into your heart, you know that that's not true. And the most loving thing that you can do for any unawakened peeps is love yourself and give yourself the love and just be the light and know that they're going to awaken in their own divine timing. And that some of them chose to have a crummy physical reality so that they could be the trigger for you. So, like from a soul level, all you need to forgive them for is their own unconsciousness. By the way, we were all unconscious too, and we all helped to create this. So I hope that helps you. Just know that what you're doing, if you can't be in their energy space, it's perfectly fine, but do it with love and just say, you know what, I'm working on myself right now. And the best thing for me is to just be isolated. And that's it. And that's it. Because really, at the end of the day, they're all internally seeking love. So give the love to yourself. It radiates out, right? Remember that picture of the heart. Radiate your light out. When you expand your light, they will receive it. You can even picture your light from your heart radiating out and then being received in their heart. It all works. So it's all right. It's all intention with your light. Let's see. Oh yeah, someone said, yeah, there's massive shifts. We're like flying forward right now, guys. Let me see. Um, duh, duh, duh. Well, somebody said, don't let negative. So there are no negative people. There's awake and there's conscious and unconscious. That's all. We're all source focused into a body. So when you look at them that way, that's the soul's perspective. You can go, oh, that soul's just on their journey. They're not where I am, but it's not my place to judge because they're here in some way helping someone else awaken. And then that's their role right now. See, you see the difference? So no contact if you do not resonate with them. is loving. Yes. But if you can hold yourself to a point of seeing them as a divine being, you can be in their presence. You can totally be in their presence and go, oh my gosh, they're on their journey. So, yeah, if it, you must love yourself first. What's the most loving thing for you is the question. If you can stay in your power around them, um, of course it is. And just say, oh my gosh, they're just on their journey. I've got this. But if that's triggering you, then that just means that the forgiveness, hit me up for the forgiveness letter. Many of you have been doing these recently with me in the private sessions. We're doing deep, deep forgiveness because it's always only mistaken perception, but you need to get to that realization that that's what it is. And when you do, then you can heal it. Then you can heal it. Um, yes, there is a 12/12 portal coming. Yeah, the energies are starting already coming in. You could look at what happened last week. I'll talk more about that probably on the 13th. So I am going to be out of the pocket for a couple of days, guys. This week, focus group's going to be on Friday, only this week. Friday, it'll be at 12 noon. Don't worry, I'll email everybody and I'll put a post in here also. But yeah, there's a lot going on energetically. So what do we do when we get down? You know what? Just really choose to love yourself in that moment and say, I know that this energy has come up to go to the light to be healed, and I'm grateful for my journey. I'm a badass. I raised my hand and said, I'm going to go incarnate and process freaking feelings for incarnation after incarnation. And there's going to be days where I feel like shit, and that's okay. And I'm a rock star because I'm hanging in there and doing this. And you're on the love train, and you can always come to focus group and just where love's just poured into you, and that'll raise your vibration. So I hope that helps. Just say, I'm not going to deny myself love in this moment. I'm on a journey and I'm kicking it. I'm like kicking ass big time. Let's see. Oh yeah, bad habits. Yeah. Well, don't call them bad. Don't call them bad. First of all, don't judge them. They were created in an unconscious state of being, and just say, yes, this is coming forward so that I can let it go, not to, not to be created again. So, yeah, forgiving of self is the biggest one, is the biggest one. Cool. All right. Let's ground real quick because I've got a client in about 10 minutes and I got to focus myself in for that. And I'll tell you, I already feel better just being in here. You guys have such great energy. You really do. And so, like, it fed me today. So, thank you for being here. Um, Okay, let's ground really quick. So that not really quick, we're going to take our time. And this will help us. We're in integration. So they're bringing forward another grounding for us today. So when you can get yourself comfortable, and if you're driving, don't close your eyes. That's the only request. And let's take a nice deep inhale all the way into the belly. Feel your breath rise all the way up to your shoulders. And then exhale all the way down to Gaia's sacred heart. Take another inhale. Bring Gaia's light up to your heart. Exhale again down to Gaia's sacred heart. From Gaia's sacred heart, feel, sense, or see her light and feel it surrounding you like a warm blanket. And taking that light, take an inhale and bring it up to your heart space. From your heart, see, sense, or feel the front door to your heart being open. And it can feel that warmth. And then check for the back door to your heart, which is the door to the sacred heart. And if that's not open, go ahead and open that with a light, gentle exhale. So see, sense, or feel this light glowing in your heart space. This is your connection to all that is. And we're going to exhale down to Gaia, down to her heart center. And from here, we're going to inhale back up to our heart with the light. On the exhale, send your light down through your feet and see roots of energy, roots of light going from your feet all the way down back to the core of Gaia. This is where our safety and stability is. We stand on top of her every day. And this is us connecting with her consciousness, which is the same as ours. There's safety in the harmony. There's safety in the warmth of the light. And there is no density that can exist here. And on the inhale, come back up to your heart and gently wiggle your fingers and your toes and open your eyes. So here's where we're at, guys. We got this. We got this. We're on a wild part of the ride right now, but these beautiful energies are here. I know many of you are feeling it and starting to witness some of your creations. And so give yourself space. When you feel out of sorts, go to the breath, go outside and stand outside, take 3 deep breaths. And in that state, you're connecting with your higher timeline. And don't judge yourself if you can't stay there all day. It's perfectly fine. But know that triggers are coming forward and just say, oh, okay, that's coming to the light. And you summoned the light for it. So you're summoning your own healing. I know, told you this is beyond the noodle. So anyway, I love you guys so much. Thank you again for bringing your beautiful energy here. It is so received with love and heartfelt. And for anybody, I know some of you have reached out to me. You were trying to use the discount code for private sessions. It had to fully expire before I could renew it. It is still active for those of you who do need some extra support. I am absolutely want to give it to you guys, especially right now. We really need it with some of these things that we're healing. And many of you have had just miraculous sessions. So, and it makes me so happy. It really does. So anybody that did try, please go back in there again if you're trying. And it is definitely active. I've tested it. So sending you guys tons and tons of love. Again, I don't know. I'm not going to say no for sure. I'm traveling for the next 3 days, but if I do have an opportunity, you guys know I'll find my way to get in here and say, hey, or if not, maybe I'll just post. So I will find a way to get you guys to communicate. And then Friday, I will see you guys in focus group this week only. All right. Big, big love. You guys have got this. Hang in there.